if you're not satisfied with your life, then watch this video until the end. This story is going to change your life. Once upon a time, a crow was very unhappy with his life. One day he started crying while sitting on a tree. A monk was sitting under the tree. Just then, a drop of the crow's tears fell on the monk's cheek. The monk raised his head and saw that the crow was crying. The monk asked, "Why are you crying?" The crow said, "Oh, wise one, I'm very upset with my life. No one loves me. People shoo me away in disgrace and don't give me anything to eat. Everyone hates me. Death is better than such a life." Hearing the crow's words, the monk's heart was filled with compassion. He said, "We should learn to be happy in whatever condition we are in." But the crow didn't understand the monk's words and kept crying. The monk said, "Don't be upset, tell me, what do you want to be? I can make you that with my mantra." The crow became happy and said, "Oh, blessed one, if you want to do me a favor, then please make me a swan." He said, "Okay, I will make you a swan, but first, go to a swan and ask whether he is happy with his life or not. You go and find out, and until then I will wait for you here." The crow happily flew away to meet a swan. The swan was swimming in a pond. He went to the swan and said, "How beautiful you are. You are as white as milk. Everyone loves you. You must be the happiest bird in the world." The swan said, "No, my friend. Not happy. There are so many beautiful colors in the world, but I don't have any colors. White is nothing. I think the parrot must be the happiest bird in the world. It's so colorful." Hearing this, the crow flew away and reached the parrot. "Oh, parrot," he said, "you are so colorful and beautiful. You must be the happiest bird in the world. No, my friend, I'm not happy. People keep parrots in cages. I'm always afraid that someone may hold me and lock me in a cage. I think the peacock is the happiest one. He is more colorful than me." Hearing this, the crow flew around looking for a peacock. He finally found a peacock in a cage in a zoo. Hundreds of people had gathered to see him. After they left, he approached the peacock and said, "Dear peacock, you are so beautiful. Thousands of people come to see you. Look at me. When they see me, they immediately shoo me away. I think you are the happiest bird on the planet." The peacock replied, "I always thought I was the most beautiful and happiest bird on the planet, but because of my beauty, I'm entrapped in this zoo. When people pluck my colorful feathers to make decorative things, it hurts a lot. I'm not happy, my friend." The crow was surprised to hear this from the peacock. He asked him, "If you are not happy, then who is the happiest bird in the world?" The peacock said, "I have examined the zoo very carefully and realized that the crow, you are the only bird not kept in a cage. People don't try to catch or entrap you for the past few days. I have been thinking that if I were a crow, I could happily roam everywhere. I could be free." Hearing this, he came back to the monk for the first time. The crow was happy to be a crow. He said, "Oh, wise one, I don't want to be anything else. I'm fine as I am." In our lives, we often make unnecessary comparisons with others, become sad and curse ourselves. This leads to a vicious cycle of unhappiness. You should learn to be happy with what you have instead of looking at what you don't have. There will always be someone who has more or less than you do. It starts early in school, on the playground, in the grades. We were taught to measure worth by numbers, results, and applause. The faster you ran, the smarter you scored, the more praise you got. And slowly, the seed of comparison was planted. Remember that kid who always came first? Or the friend who seemed to have it all figured out? Back then, it was innocent. But what happens when you grow up and realize that race never ends? Now it's jobs, cars, followers, relationships. And suddenly, life feels like a scoreboard, but nobody knows who's keeping the score. The social media became the new mirror. You scroll and you see them, the ones with the perfect smiles, perfect lives, perfect everything. But here's what they don't post: the fights, the fears, the nights they cry themselves to sleep. We compare our behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel and wonder why we feel broken. We don't realize they're comparing too. Everyone's pretending, everyone's performing, everyone's terrified of being seen as less. And that's the greatest illusion of this era. We think we're not enough, while everyone else thinks the same. Comparison doesn't just hurt your mind, it rewires it. You start believing your value is external, based on what they think, what they have, and what you don't. That's why you feel exhausted, because you're living life as a race you never signed up for. But ask yourself, what if the person you're comparing yourself to isn't better, just different? What if your path was never meant to look like theirs? Every flower blooms at a different time, yet no one calls the rose late. You're not late, you're just growing at your own pace. Psychologists call it social comparison theory. Your brain is wired to compare. It's how humans make sense of progress. But here's the catch. When comparison is constant, it becomes addiction. You start scrolling not for inspiration, but for validation. And validation is a trap. Because no matter how much you achieve, it never feels enough. There's always someone doing more, earning more, being more. So you chase, until you forget why you started. Try this, look at yourself in the mirror. Ask one simple question. What if I stopped running for 1 year and just worked on myself quietly? No posting, no comparing, no proving. Just you versus yesterday's you. That's the real competition. Not who's ahead, but who's grown. Not who's seen, but who's becoming. Because in silence, transformation happens. Every person you envy has a chapter you haven't read. You only see the light because you weren't there when they were buried in darkness. Stop envying their season and start watering yours. Because nothing blooms overnight. Every great story takes time, pain, and stillness. When you stop comparing, you gain something rare. Peace. And peace is what most people are secretly starving for. Maybe success isn't about being better than anyone. Maybe it's about being truer than you were yesterday. The world says, hustle harder, get more, show more. But your soul says, slow down, feel more, lie deeper. And the truth is, fulfillment doesn't come from having everything. It comes from wanting less and appreciating more. The people who are truly winning are not the loudest, they're the calmest. Because they're no longer trying to prove who they are. Right now, someone out there is comparing themselves to you, wishing they had your peace, your courage, your resilience. And you don't even see it. You've been too busy chasing what you already have. So stop running. Stand still. Look around. You've come farther than you think. You are not late. You are not behind. You are unfolding exactly as you should. Your story isn't supposed to look like theirs, because it's not theirs to live. And the day you stop comparing is the day you start becoming. Take a deep breath and whisper this to yourself. I am enough, I am becoming, and my time is coming. If you keep comparing yourself with others, you will never be happy. A person who is satisfied with what they have is the happiest person in the world. Don't compare yourself to anyone. In life, if you do so, you are the saddest person in the world. If this message spoke to your heart, don't just scroll away. Share it. Someone you love might be drowning in comparison right now, and your share could save them. Subscribe if you want more stories that speak to your soul. You're not behind, you're just getting started. Seedling.